Hey everyone, welcome back to the Bronco Garage, and today I'm going to show you how to make your James Duff Monster Disc Brake Kit even better. Alright, so why would you consider even changing out your calipers to the caliper that looks almost identical? Well, the T-Bird caliper actually has 33% more surface area because of the larger piston that's inside of there. It is the same looking caliper, but if you notice, the piston inside is 33% bigger. First things first, we're going to go ahead and remove the lower retaining bolt to keep your caliper support key in place. Just remember, when you reuse this, you're going to want to put a couple drops of Loctite on there, and that's because that's what it came with from the factory, and you strip it off when you remove the bolt. So make sure you put a couple drops back on so it doesn't back off and loosen up. Now that you've got the bolt removed, it's time to take the caliper support key and the spring and remove them as well. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is get a flathead screwdriver and then just put it up against the side of the caliper support key, and then use a hammer and just smack it off until it comes completely out. Alright, so now that the caliper support key and spring are removed, you just simply push up on the caliper and then pop the bottom out first, and then you can literally just drops right out of place. Now what I like to do from here is just put it on the arm right there, or get a coat hanger or something to just hang the caliper so you don't hang it off the brake line, and put that out of the way. And now what we're going to do is start putting our T-Bird caliper in place. The outside pad is still attached to the caliper. Simply just grab a small hammer and you can just pop it out like that, and you're going to reattach it to the T-Bird caliper. The first thing you want to do is take the rear pad and you want to put that in place right here, and it just stays there on its own. Place your T-Bird caliper on a block of wood and then grab the outer pad. But just use a dead blow hammer and a piece of wood. Make sure it's tight up against the side of the caliper, and now it's time to slide this one into position. Just reverse the process of the one you just removed. The next step obviously is to get your caliper support and key, and you're going to put them back in, slide them in through the front. Now, a couple different ways you can do this. You can just simply lift up on the caliper and lift out a little bit, and you'll kind of feel how it just kind of fits into place. If you want, you can also use a screwdriver right here, and you can just simply lift up. Now you're going to drive it in the rest of the way using a hammer, and you're going to want to line it up so you can put the bolt back in. Don't forget to add Loctite, a couple drops, and then put your bolt back in. And after you've got that in, it's time to put the line in. On your banjo bolt, and there is a shiny side and a smooth side. Always make sure that your smooth side is facing towards the caliper, and then you're going to put your line on like that. Then you're going to put your other one on same way, like I said, flat side up against the banjo. So then you're going to put those right here and go ahead and thread it in. All right, so one of the things that some people wonder is, well, can't I just buy these parts at the auto parts store? Aren't they just on the shelf for any T-Bird? Well, yes and no. You can buy them from the store, but the thing is there's a few things that need to be done to the caliper to adapt it to work on an early Bronco. And there's a little bit of machining required. Plus, this line is 100% aftermarket. There is not a line that can be bought from the auto parts store that is going to just go right on your early Bronco. So that's why it's so important to get a T-Bird upgrade kit from James Duff, because they've thought of all that ahead of time, so it literally does just bolt right up. Don't forget, and you know, this is something that a lot of us forget, to prep and paint your caliper before you mount it. You want to make sure that you use either a clear coat or a caliper paint, you know, specific to the caliper, and get that on there and let that cure before you mount it, because if you don't, it's just gonna rust. All right, so we got that all installed and went out and took it for a test drive, and wow, 5 more additional feet of stopping power on top of the Ford monster disc brake system that James Duff offers. That's incredible. For $200, I was able to get 5 more feet of stopping power and better control of the Bronco. You know, just keep in mind that when you upgrade to a caliper that has more fluid capacity, that there's a chance that you're also going to need to upgrade the master cylinder. So if your master cylinder isn't already a good fit for the T-Bird caliper upgrade kit, definitely want to make sure you get the correct master cylinder. And I promise you that if you go to James Duff and ask them for that tech, they'll make sure you get the right one. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We got tons more content coming, and go down below. Let's get in the comments. I want to see what you guys are up to. We'll catch you next time.